Deron Williams. Pleasant good evening and welcome to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. It is yours truly, your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, officially checking in. Um, Hello to Deron Williams. Thank you for checking into Facebook. I appreciate you, sir. You're the first one to come in. I was part of, I guess you could say I was part of history today. Black history. Phase one of the homegoing of the Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr., lying in state in his own, I guess you could call it church, Rainbow Push. And he looked like he was just asleep. He just looked like he was just sleeping. Shout out to A.R. Leak, who did an excellent job. But why wouldn't they, right? He was a friend of the family. His body will be shipped to South Carolina, where he will lie in state there and come back to Chicago, where he will be eulogized here at the House of Hope. Mm-mm-mm. I tell you, it hurt my feelings to see two of my heroes silenced. Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr. and, of course, Muhammad Ali. Motor Mouth 1 and Motor Mouth 2. But they're never really silenced, right? You know that. Anyway, coming up in the last hour, we do a thing we call foreplay. 4 songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. And throughout the night, who did it best? But let's kick it off with 2 in a row from my buddies, the Manhattans. Feels so good to be loved so bad. This is Bedtime Stories, right, Blue? Henry Cooper. How are you, sir? Two, three. Are you ready? Do you ever? I'm sure you all do. Watch those commercials with John Walsh in it. I'm John Walsh. For years I've been chasing the bad guys. Now I'm chasing Omega. It's like, good Lord. His voice is so annoying. You've been with me for over 40 years chasing the bad guys. Now, what? 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 Mm. Security was extra tight today at Rainbow Push. You know, the police were on hand. I mean, it was, yeah, it was, it was one of those days, and everything will be back to normal on Monday. You'll be able to walk through there freely.
Ladies, he's your man at night, Greer, with bedtime stories.
Yep, you'll be able to walk through there freely on Monday when everything is all over with, all the pomp and circumstance, and all the public officials. I saw Rob Blagojevich there today. Rob Blagojevich. I was like, of all people, I'm like, okay, I ain't mad at him. Yep. Mm-mm. Ooh, they had a fortune cookie in here. Fortune cookie. Mm. What is Al eating tonight? It is chicken soup from Little Wok Normally, I get Chinese food, right? Mm-mm. Not tonight. I got the soup, and the soup is good. I got a chance to hang out with some of my former co-workers today at WVON. I keep saying former. It's like I still work there, but I just don't go in the building. Mm-mm. This is good soup. And for someone who doesn't have a lot of back teeth, this is perfect for me. It is perfect. I'll let it play just like that too. Two in a row from the Manhattans. That is, Am I Losing You here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Henry Cooper, Deron Williams, and Janelle Majid, aka Lady G. This, of course, is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Darius Lawrence wants to know, have I gone to see Reverend Jesse Jackson yet? I went today, and I'm glad I went today. There were people lined up. They were lined up down the street to get to see Reverend Jesse Jackson lying in states at Rainbow Push. I heard somebody else say Operation Push. I'm like, no, no, no. It's Rainbow Push. Hasn't been Operation Push in years. I forgot to speak to Brother Ernie Green. Of course, he was running sound today. But I got a chance to see it. It's like, wow, glass over the coffin. How cool is that, right? It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Allen. This is Bedtime Stories with Anita Baker. Every now and then, us fellas like to hear the ladies apologize. Right, fellas? Wow. And I started out my show saying I was a part of history. For as long as I can remember, Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr. was always a part of our lives. You know, I was watching some of his videos in the Clay Evans Chapel. I was like, wow. They showed him throughout the years how he evolved, from wearing the dashiki with the afro and the sideburns to he never had a jerry curl. He just had curly hair. So, you know, it's like, wow. It was like, what kind of soup am I eating? Because whatever it is, it sounds good. It's chicken noodle soup from the Chinese food restaurant, Little Wok. It has vegetables in it, of course, big pieces of chicken, and it is good. But back to the Reverend, I was like, wow, job well done, job well done, and life well lived. Yep, job well done. I mean, he outlived Dr. King and Medgar Evers and Malcolm X and everybody who stood for freedom. Yep, everybody who stood for freedom. I saw Rob Blagojevich there rocking the leather jacket. I'm like, man, can I get that jacket? That would look good on me. Yeah, came in with his family rocking the leather jacket and the jeans, and the almost gray hair. I think he found a new hair color instead of black. He got ash. Hmm. Yep. Holly Jennings, good evening. How are you, sweetheart? Guys, don't forget to share the video, okay? Mm-mm. Yeah. I am good, Holly. Thank you for asking. Don't forget to share the video where it says like, comment, and share. Don't forget to hit share. Hit share real hard. And also, donations are welcome via Zelle at alpgreer@gmail.com. Mm, I am tearing the soup up. Someone told me that Boomerang is on. What channel is Bounce TV? Mm. Hey, cousin Avis. How are you, cousin Avis? Mm, 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 mm. Two in a row from Sweet Anita Baker. Been so long. Yes, it has. It's Peanut Butter Brother Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep. With the greatest love songs of all time. Hello, cousin Avis. Why can't I talk tonight? I guess because my mouth is full of chicken noodle soup, and it's good. Came from the Chinese food restaurant. For those of you who are listening to me and not watching me on Facebook, they're like, that you make that soup look good. It is delicious. And I don't know, they put something in there that gets rid of colds and everything else. So give it a try sometimes. Once again, this is Bedtime Stories. Thank you for listening. Holly Jennings, thank you as always. And to everybody on Facebook, make sure you share the video, okay? Where it says like, comment, and share, just hit share. And then it will come up on your page, and others will watch me as well. That's right. Torture everyone, all right? Here's the first of two in a row from Black Streets. Cousin Avis. I still want to see you soon, Cousin Avis, okay? You know, you're so busy. And yes, this soup is good, cousin. Mm, 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 mm. Yep, good soup there. Mm, good to the last drop. And I keep the cup to put soup in. A musicologist is a person who knows pretty much a lot about music. You know, I heard the term, it came from Prince. His album was called Musicology. I said, wait a minute. That's what I am. I'm not a DJ. I'm a musicologist, not a mixologist. Those are the guys that do the, or pour drinks. So I guess I'm a musicologist. You can pretty much ask me anything about most songs. Most of them in the, in the R&B arena. And some rock and roll songs, some of them. So that's what a musicologist is. Someone, who has studied music. I pretty much live music, eat, sleep, and breathe it. Yeah. Just recite the musical alphabet. Hmm. Let's go. Mhm. All gone. Oh, really? Me? Yep, March 21st. Yes, sir. Blackstreet featuring Teddy Riley and Dave Hollister. That is Before I Let You Go, right here on Bedtime Stories. The show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Hello to Brother Jay Hive. He said, March 21st, I will see you. Yes, we will. In South Bend, Indiana. I cannot remember the last time I was in South Bend, Indiana. I think I took a wrong turn or something. I don't know how. South Bend, Indiana? Yes. Anyway, looking forward to the trip. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is, of course, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Like I said earlier when I started my show, I'm like, I was a part of history along with other people who came to see the Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr. lying in state at Rainbow Push. And of course, one of the first people I saw was his namesake, Jesse Jr. And he yelled out, Al Greer, my brother. And I was like, wow. I felt really, really good about that. Whether he was Whether he was serious or not, it made me feel really good. And, we hugged and everything. And on the other side of his casket was Jonathan Jackson, Congressman Jonathan Jackson. So it was good to see both of them standing, next to their dad. Like I said, that was history right there. And I'll be going back tomorrow. Once again, hello to Henry Cooper, Javier Del Real, cousin Avis, my sister Angie, Tony Bosley, and Darius Lawrence. Here's Eric Benet and Tamia. I want to spend my life with you. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Bubba.
I'm going to be your Santa Claus today.
What's going on, Angie? Mr. Bennett. Egg roll. Mm-mm.
Mercy, one of Al's gals. Hi, this is Tracy T, one of Al's gals. This is Saria, one of Al's gals. You're listening to Al Greer with Bedtime Stories.
Pretty baby. You put some heat on these egg rolls. They're kind of cold. 30 seconds ought to do it. I'm back. Welcome. Yeah, Sugar Willie. Pretty baby. Pretty baby. Eric Benet and Pretty Baby. Recently, I've been seeing him on Facebook and other social media just cussing up a storm, which leads me to believe, he's trying to shed that nice guy image, I guess. I don't know. I'm like, he's just cussing up a storm. I'm like, this is the man that people or the ladies look at Every time, he, does a romantic song or whatever, I'm like, what? Why is he cussing? You know, he was talking about, I guess, his president, and he was just cussing up. I'm like, what's going on with Eric Benet from from Milwaukee? That's where he's from. The land of sky blue waters. Here's Atlantic Star and Am I Dreaming? Here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to my sister from another mister, Angie Martin Turner. Thanks for being on my live. Don't forget to share it before you leave. Mm-mm. Mm. Tastes even better with the sweet and sour sauce. Or at least they give you plenty of napkins. Mirage. Mm, 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 mm. Ah. Mm. Pinch me. Is it wrong that I stole 4 bottles of water from Rainbow Push? Shame on me, right?
Putting you to bed, but not to sleep. It's Al Greer with bedtime stories.
For always. Now, where's Barbara Jean? Kim Patterson on Biggs Radio, Chicago. Jam the box, baby. Two in a row from Atlantic Star. I will love you so for always, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, coming up in our last hour, not the next hour, but the last hour, we do a thing called foreplay. Four songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female. It's in our last hour. And we have a phone number here. I keep forgetting to give it out. It's 773 462 4447. Let me give it again to the people in the balcony. 773 462 4447. Call me now. It's Babyface. You are so beautiful. From your head to your feet, girl. Mhm. To me. It's raining in Atlanta. You know I was going to ask you, right? It's raining in Atlanta. Wow. It never snows in Southern California, but it rains in Atlanta.
Radio Chicago, J-Pack.
This is Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago, WRLN Radio, a radio media station, WBOE, the best of everything, owned by the Professor Reggie Miles. And of course, we're also on My Jam Radio, which is owned by Mike Breezy, formerly known as Mike Brown. This, of course, is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. More love songs next. Chicago team at the VFW Post 360, 1307 East Jefferson Boulevard in Mishawaka, Indiana. It's $20 in advance, $25 at the door. Special guest performances, cash bar at 8 p.m. For vendor, artist, sponsorship, or banner submissions, please contact Biggs Radio, 773-462-4447. Or just keep listening to Biggs Radio Chicago. This is not a contest, it's for opportunities. The Biggs Radio Chicago Music Seminar in South Bend, Indiana, Saturday, March 21st at 3 p.m. Hosted by Dinah Biggs and the team from Biggs Radio Chicago at the VFW Post 360, 1307 East Jefferson Boulevard in Mishawaka, Indiana. Sponsored by Brandon Delk, U.S. Public Adjusters, Biggs Radio Chicago, WOSDRadio.com, Daryl Gray Productions, and the Salvation Army. If you're into Southern Soul, then you gotta listen to this one. Raining in Atlanta. Wow. But what's the temperature? It was like 56 or something like that? He puts the soul in Southern Soul, and he always delivers. The Mailman. And thank you. Available on all download platforms and heard exclusively on WOSDRadio.com.
Hi, this is the Lost Generation, the same group that brought you hits to hits. Our new release, People Make the World Go Round, is the latest release available on all digital platforms, online, and Alexa.
Hey Alexa, how people make the world go round. Also, follow us on Facebook and other social sites for more information and great music.
Trash man, get my trash today.
I love it when they try to do their own commercials. Like, I mean, not bad. You know, it's 30 seconds on the head. But next time, let me do the commercials. That's what I do here. You sing the songs, I do the commercials. Lost Generation. Right here on Bedtime Stories. Fred Simon and his lovely wife, Diana. Diana. Lady Di. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. Sing hello to Kevin Brooks, who was down in Atlanta. I always ask him how the weather is in Atlanta, and he let me know right off the bat. He said tonight it is raining in Atlanta, but it's 58 degrees. Which it is not here in Chicago. It's like 40 something, but that's okay. According to the weatherman, temperatures are going to jump here in Chicago. Looking forward to it. A warm weekend for a change. Here's the first of two in a row from Blue Magic from the album Magic of the Blue.
Tricks and literature.
Russell Baker, what's going on, sir? Shake and bake. Good to see you, my brother. Thank you. I can't complain. At least I won't tonight. I will not complain. So, Russ, you're still you're living out of town. That's what you're living. Yeah. You and Kevin Brooks. In a warmer climate, no doubt. Or anything is warmer than what we've been having. So you know. Continued blessings to you as well, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for thank you for keeping in touch with me in beautiful Houston, Texas. Yeah. Yeah. If you ever somewhere, I guess look up a brother by the name of Marco Spoon. Marco used to be a radio personality here in Chicago. He's down in Houston. Marco Spoon. 75 today in Houston? Oh, you just showing off. 75. Not bad, not bad. I think our highest was like 45. So 75, that's all right. In Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas, and Hotlanta. Spring is coming. Summer, then summer, nothing like summertime in the shy. You got that right. You got that right. Erica Badu. Okay. We can do some Badu music. How many artists have a hit right out of the game, right out of the gate, I should say? That's what happened with Blue Magic's album back in 19, I think it was like 72, 73 when that album came out. and it seemed like every cut on that album was a jam. Same thing with the Spinners, Atlantic Records, Atco Records. Everything off of the Spinners' first album. I mean, everything was a single. Um, I'll Be Around, How Can I Let You Get Away, Ghetto Child. I mean, the whole album from front to back. I Can Never Repay Your Love. Yeah. And of course, Blue Magic, Stop to Start, Welcome to the Club, Spell. Yeah, the list goes on. It is your peanut. See, that's what's missing. An album that has everything on it. You just play it right through, like a Stevie Wonder album. Everything on a Stevie Wonder album is a cut. Well, almost. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories with a group from Memphis, Tennessee. This is dedicated to the one I love from the Temprees here on Bedtime Stories. Splam, 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 splam. This is dedicated to the one I love. What's that other group? When You're Young and in Love. That's choice 4. That's what makes me a musicologist, because I can remember all of this stuff from when I was a little bitty boy. From a little bitty boy. Go on, Hillary. It's like, I never been to his islands. She's like, I don't know nothing about no Epstein. Badu. 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 I think I got enough songs to do Erica Badu in foreplay. I think I'll do that tonight. Since it is her birthday, or as we say in the street, birthday. Birthday. 61 on Friday, guys. Tyrone Davis' song Had It All the Time was released February 26, 1972. Yep. Written by a guy by the name of Jack Daniels. Now, I don't know if that was his real name, but that's what it said on the 45. Jack Daniels and somebody Thompson. Yeah. Wasn't Marshall. 61 degrees on Saturday. Woo wee. Folks are going to be clowning. Whenever it warms up, there's going to be trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble.
And you're listening to Al Greer with Bedtime Stories.
Happy birthday, Erica Badu. The lady who put spells on everyone. Did you get a chance to view Reverend Jesse Jackson today at Operation Push? Yes, I did. I went today. Didn't think I was going to get in because security was like, yeah. But I got in. I got in. I didn't have to give him that speech. Do you know who I am? I didn't have to do any of that. And I stood in line with everyone else. I didn't try to butt the line or anything else. So, yeah, it was very moving. And everybody kept asking me, "Did you view the body yet? Did you view the body?" I'm like, "Oh, not yet." And to muster up enough strength. He looked he looked as if he was sleeping. I mean, big ups to AR League. They did an excellent job. Excellent job. Mm. Produced by the great Van McCoy. That is When You're Young and in Love from the Choice 4 here on Bedtime Stories. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And hello to Kevin Brooks. He said today it was, I forgot, he said like 68 degrees and down in hot Atlanta. 72, was it 62, 72? One of those. Russell Baker said it was warm in Houston today. And that's just the beginning. It's not even spring yet. Like, whoa. Well, sometimes they get up to like maybe 102 degrees in Houston. 102. Imagine what it is in Vegas. I mean, you have to run the air conditioner all year round, right? Anyway, Kevin Brooks said the song I Had It All the Time by Tyrone Davis was released on this day, February 26, 1972. As a matter of fact, it was one of the first songs on the Dakar label, which was a combination of Carl Davis's name, Dakar. And that was, 1972. Good Lord. I didn't realize how old that song was. It was written by a guy by the name of Jack Daniels. That was his name. Jack Daniels and another person. I can't remember the first name, but the last name was Thompson. And it wasn't Marshall Thompson either. And that was one of the first songs to appear on the Dakar label, which was later distributed by Brunswick Records. So they just took the Dakar label, which was already distributed by Atlantic. Atlantic got mad. They were like, wait a minute, bring that back. That Carl Davis, I tell you, Uncle Carl was, oh, he was a piece of work. Oh boy, oh, that Carl Davis. Oh. Anyway, it's my impersonation of your president. Here's the first of two in a row from the SOS Band. First bathroom break. All right. Me too. Ugh. Ugh. Yep, Kevin, it was very touching, very touching. And I was like, wow. Um, Imagine a world without Jesse Jackson.
Hi, this is Tracy T, one of Al's gals, and you're listening to Al Greer with Bedtime Stories.
I saw that on Facebook. Jesse Owens was a radio DJ on radio station WAAF back in 1958. He was known as the fastest moving human disc jockey. I know, right? I saw that. Yes. Yep, I saw that, Kevin. Thank you. I was like, what? Of course, that was before my time. That was 2 years before I was born. I think he was off by then. I'm like, what? I was like, really? Fastest moving human disc jockey, which he was. I was like, check him out. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Who was that I saw today? Oh, Melissa Conyers Irving. She had on these shoes, boy. Whoo, Lord. She was with her hubby. I was like, OMG. Al Benson, yeah. This is your old swing master, Al Benson, bringing you Red Hot and Blues. To be recognized, you must be picanized. I'm friends with his daughter, Arlita, also known as AJ Parker. So, yes, I'm very familiar with Al Parker. Every now and then she'll call me and say, do daddy's voice. I miss my daddy. Do his voice. To be recognized, you must be picanized. This is your old swing master, Al Benson. From the SOS band, even when you sleep, on bedtime stories. Kevin Brooks has given me I guess a history, not a history lesson, but a history quiz. He said, "Did you know that Jesse Owens, Olympic gold medalist, was a radio DJ on a radio station, WAAF, here in Chicago back in 1958. He was known as the fastest moving human disc jockey. That was 2 years before I was born. That was 58. So everything after that I remember, but everything before that, even as a child, as an infant, I had a good memory." He said also, "Do you remember hearing about the radio personality, Mr. Al Benson?" Yes. And I'll tell you this quick story about Mr. Benson. I actually combined two stories about Mr. Benson. My dad always said about this radio thing, he's like, you are not going to be an Al Benson or a Sid McCoy. I was like, oh, okay. And I had no idea who they were. Then I heard Sid McCoy's voice, and I'm like, I want to be just like him. Then I heard Al Benson's voice, and I was like, no. Sid McCoy was so smooth. He was, yeah, like butter on hot toast. He was just that smooth. Him and Yvonne Daniels did a show together, and it sounded like they were having sex on the radio. This is before I was born. I think that's how I was conceived. But Al Benson, bringing you Red Hot and Blues. Like, no, I'll settle for Sid. He was much cooler. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, just about 23 minutes away from Foreplay with Anita Denise Baker. There's nothing like good love. I'm sure you'll agree, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.
Actor who played a swamp boat captain on an episode of The Dukes of Hazzard. So the Democrats have just as many questions for the Clintons as the Republicans. So this isn't a partisan witch hunt. This was a motion, a bipartisan motion supported by the Democrats to bring the Clintons in. So I don't think it's any type of being unfair in any way to the Clintons. They've never answered questions, unlike President Trump, who gets questioned every day by just about every one of you about his knowledge or involvement with Epstein. Right. Why do we need to question the president? Why do we need him to answer under oath? It's not like he lies. I mean, and of course, details of the specific allegations levied against the president by a young teenage girl have disappeared from the database, along with this photo of Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick with Jeffrey Epstein on an island. We don't. Now that photo mysteriously disappeared from the DOJ website too. Fortunately, a couple of journalists downloaded everything right away, cross-referenced it, and found it today. Somehow, though, they keep forging ahead. This congressman Pat Fallon from Texas, he was on Fox News. Listen to this, because it's just bonkers.
So this has never been done before, and a former president's never been compelled to appear before Congress. Is this where this is all heading as of today?
Well, we've never had a former president either this close to a convicted felon either. I mean, it's problematic. A former president this close to a convicted felon. We have our current president who is a convicted felon. Epstein called our current president his closest friend. That's about as close as can get. Come on already with this. You remember that message that Trump claims he didn't write for Epstein's 50th birthday book? Yeah, that drawing. He says they have certain things in common, and Trump's name is signed over in a naked woman's wonderful secret. Well, of course, Trump has strongly denied that he drew that, even though it's a combination of all his favorite things: boobs, Sharpies, and his name. But still, he wrote, "These are not my words, not the way I talk. Also, I don't draw pictures." Then, of course, the New York Times dug up picture after picture. This one, and this one, and this one. Well, guess what? It turns out there's an email in the files from 2002 that specifically mentions them asking Donald Trump for a note for the birthday book. It says, subject line, B-Day book update, left message for George Mitchell, Donald Trump, Henry Jarecki, and Leon Blatt. How about that? There are other names in that email, many, if not all of whom wrote notes for the book, including someone known as the Frog. You see that? Which, for the love of God, I hope it isn't Kermit. I really
Stupid.
This is Al Benton, your old swing master, bringing you Red Hot and Blues. And now a word from our sponsor, Pekin Cleaners.
I was like, oh my God.
Putting you to bed. It's Al Greer with bedtime stories.
I'm like, and he was like one of the, the most popular DJs or radio personalities on the air at that time. And at that time, they didn't have, people working in the, working as what do they call them, AEs, account execs. You went out and got you a couple of sponsors, and you bring the money back to the radio station, and you get to keep, I think, is like maybe 5% of whatever you sell. This man was like balling. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on. I was like, oh my goodness. He was raking them in, boy. He was raking in the dough. And they gave they gave Don Cornelius an ultimatum. He wanted to start this TV show with a bunch of black kids dancing. It's like, we already have American Bandstand. It's like, what's going to be different about this show? Oh, it's going to have black kids and black artists and black. Okay. And Soul Train outlasted Bandstand, Soul Unlimited, you name it. Soul Train was the longest running syndicated show in television history. Which kind of, that's why Dick Clark was on the bloopers show. Him and Ed McMahon and the NBC Orchestra. So that's what happened. He got out of the dance business and he got into the blooper business. Him and Ed. So he took Ed from Johnny and he started this show, which he was the producer of. And of course, the American Music Awards, which his company is still the producer of. So there you go. But he got out of the dance business because Don pretty much ran him out of town. So Dick Clark tried to capitalize on the success of Soul Train and tried to start a show called Soul Unlimited. I make that face because I'm like, but that's nothing but Soul Train with some fake ass host, and they're doing the same thing that, the only thing that Dick could not do was the Soul Train line. That, of course, was a trademark. And to anyone who ever grew up in Chicago that went to a red light party or blue light party and did the Soul Train line, that originated from basement parties or house parties. That was not something that neither Don or Dick came up with. That was something that we just did. Hey, okay, let's do and it didn't have a name at the time. It's like, okay, men on one side, ladies on the other, go down the middle of the line. It didn't have a name until we started doing it on Soul Train. Then it became the Soul Train line. Two in a row from Anita Baker. Caught up in the rapture. The rapture of love, of course. If you're caught up in the rapture, it's the end of the world. So you want to be caught up in the rapture of love instead of the rapture. Yeah, I know I would be. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, just about 13 minutes away from foreplay. Once again, Kevin Brooks, you got anything else for me? I got one for you. Where did the Soul Train line originate? And it was not made up by Dick Clark or Don Cornelius. Okay, give up. It started in the basements at house parties where, be like, it didn't have a name at the time. So it's like, okay, ladies on one side, men on the other, come down the middle. Well, it didn't have a name. It was just, And then when they started doing it on Soul Train, it became the Soul Train line. And people have been doing it ever since, Anytime I've done a party, they're like, okay, let's do a Soul Train line, And they yell it out, not me. I'm like, okay. That is a trademark, right? Let's do the Soul Train line. Okay. And then the white folks just sit there like, the what? The who? What are we doing? It's the Soul Train line. Men on one side, ladies on the other, come down the middle and do your thing. Now everybody's doing it. I can't wait to see my Hispanic brothers do it too. Yeah. But yeah, the Soul Train have a name until it appeared on the Soul Train show on Channel 26 back in the 70s. Yeah. Didn't know that, did you? I got you on that one, didn't I? Yeah. I know a little something. But yeah, the Soul Train line have a name. We just started doing it one night. It's like, it would be nice to put the men on one side and the ladies on the other side, and then we just dance down the middle. Okay, let's do that. So whomever came up with that is probably a mad mother right now, mad and broke. I came up with that. We started doing that at the house parties and in the basement party, the quarter parties. Yeah, but you didn't trademark it. You didn't trademark it. You should have said, wait a minute, Mr. Cornelius, I came up with that. Yeah, Mr. Cornelius or Mr. Dick Clark came up with that. And one of the first dance coordinators for Soul Train was a guy by the name of Clinton Gent. Well, Clinton was cool with all of the kids. He knew where all the cool kids were who could really dance. So he was a scout for Soul Train. Clinton Gent, who ended up becoming the host of the Chicago Soul Train and not the syndicated Soul Train, which was every Saturday morning, which originated on CBS. It was on Channel 2 in the morning, Saturday morning. Well, when Channel 2 dropped it in their syndication roster, that's when Channel 9 picked it up. And Channel 9 rode the train until the end. Didn't know that, did you? The first Soul Train syndicated show was 1971, I believe. It was Bobby Hutton, the Honeycomb, and Eddie Kendricks, and Gladys Knight and the Pips. That was the first Soul Train, the syndicated one. Now the one before that was the one here in Chicago, and there were artists like staple singers, The Impressions, Tyrone Davis. Um, who else? Anybody who was on Brunswick Records here in Chicago was on Soul Train. Yep. So that was the deal. So the deal was that Clinton Gent would stay here in Chicago and host the daily Soul Train show on Channel 26, WCIU, the U. This is before they were the U. They were just WCIU. And all of the episodes were in black and white. Well, when Don Cornelius moved to California to host the syndicated Soul Train, it was the first Soul Train to be in color. So he took most of the cardboard cutouts and took them to LA, and that was it. That was the Soul Train that we were accustomed to every Saturday morning. Is Clinton Gent still living? That's a good question. I saw Mr. Gent a few years ago. They had a tribute to Don Cornelius at the Museum of Radio Communications. I believe at that time it was inside of the Marina City Towers. Yeah. Big Bill Hill claimed Don Cornelius stole his dance show concept and ran with it. Um, yeah, maybe. You might be right because he had a show called Red Hot and Blues, I think it was, which was also the name of Al Benson's show. Yeah, Big Bill Hill. And it's funny because you don't hear a lot about Big Bill Hill in in Chicago radio history. When you think of radio personalities, you think of Purvis Spann, Herb Kent, all the good guys, all the great guys over at WGRT, which became WJPC. But you don't hear anything about Big Bill Hill. So we might have to Google Big Bill Hill and see. But I'm sure he's been gone for quite a while. But, it's interesting that you don't hear anything about Big Bill Hill. Yep. But it's interesting you should bring that up. But Big Bill Hill never spoke up. He never said anything. He said that, the idea was taken from him or taken from his show. But what did he do? Nothing. I'm pretty sure they paid him some money to shut up and go away. Like, okay, Mr. Hill, goodbye, gone somewhere. Two in a row from Prince, from the album Sign of the Times. That is Strange Relationship on Bedtime Stories. And right before that, If I Were Your Girlfriend. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, with this one from Seal, who had a birthday a couple of days ago. This is his remake of Walk On By on Bedtime Stories. And down the street, I start to cry each time we meet. Walk on by. Walk on. Is it possible? Yeah, both shows were on WCIU. It's possible that Big Bill Hill was telling the truth. But even if he told the truth, and the truth was that he came up with the concept, what did he do with it? That's the question. What did he do with the concept? His faded away into obscurity. We didn't hear from him anymore. I mean, okay, he came up with that concept, but what did he do with it? That's the question. After Soul Train blew up, no one ever heard from Big Bill Hill again. I mean, have you? You know, and it's funny because I was auditioning for a station here in Chicago. And I didn't know I was auditioning. I thought I had the job. I really thought I had the job. But I was auditioning. And they were auditioning other people for that particular job. As a matter of fact, I was at the studio at the time. We were at 332 South Michigan. And there was a studio adjacent to the one that I was in. And they were recording people while I'm sitting there on the air auditioning for my job. One of the people was a guy by the name of Bill Kenner. Well, Bill Kenner was a popular DJ back in the 60s, early 70s at a station in Milwaukee, WNOV. And they thought it would be nice to bring him back. Needless to say, they never brought him back. And I won out. I beat all of them. That is Seal and his version of Walk On By right here on Bedtime Stories. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Foreplay is next. Oh, well, that shut Big Bill Hill down then. If he was in jail, then he was pretty much done. He couldn't have said anything in jail or could have said anything in jail, but would they have listened to him? It's like, you know, well, I discovered Soul Train. Or Don Cornelius stole the idea from me, but who's going to believe him? Exactly. Yeah. Tell him that Al Greer sent you. Ernest Leonard. That's my main man. We are WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago, WRLN Radio, a Ray Neal media station, WBOE, the best of everything, and My Jam Radio, owned by Mike Breezy. It is time for foreplay. She was born on this day 55 years ago. Erica Abi Wright. She rose to prominence in the 1990s when her debut studio album, Baduzism, whatever, placed her at the forefront of the neo soul movement, earning her the nickname the Queen of Neo Soul. Her career began after opening a show for D'Angelo back in 1994 in Fort Worth, which led the label executive to sign her to his label, which was Kedar Entertainment. Her first album was released February 11th, 1997, with the singles On and On, Apple Tree, Next Lifetime, The Other Side of the Game, and others. The album was certified triple platinum. And after that, she released a live album, which contained a song called Tyrone, which became her signature song and went double platinum. Tonight, we feature in foreplay on her birthday, the very fine Erica Badu. This is Didn't You Know on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Hello, Mama P. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Badu. Badu's voice has been compared to jazz singer Billie Holiday. Early in her career, Badu was recognized for her style, which included wearing very large, colorful head wraps. By the age of 14, Badu was freestyling for a local radio station alongside artists such as Roy Hargrove. In her youth, she decided to change the spelling of her first name from Erica, to Eraka. Raka. She believed that her original name was a slave name. A term ka signifies the inner self. She adopted the surname Badu because it's her favorite scat sound. Badu. Like, okay. Mm-mm-mm. I loved this video for Love of My Life, an ode to hip hop. Ooh, excuse me, I didn't have much of a nap this afternoon. You must excuse me.
No.
Ooh, excuse me. Hmm.
Let's do some foreplay with Al Greer on Bedtime Stories.
Good evening, Miss Hill. Wrapping up foreplay on Erica Badu on her birthday, right here on Bedtime Stories. I hear so many stories about Erica. It says she's into voodoo and everything else, that every guy that she has dated has pretty much lost some of their mind. I'm like, wow, what is she doing to them? Oh well. Erica Badu, who is the queen of neo soul. Well, I have to disagree. This is the queen of neo soul. Well, maybe she's the queen of my soul. Here's Jill Scott, the first of two in a row, here on Bedtime Stories.
Music, bedtime stories with Al Greer.
So I grew up in a generation where the biggest threat one could articulate verbatim was, I'm calling Reverend, as in Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson.
Over the next few days, thousands will pay their respects to civil rights icon Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson here at Rainbow Push headquarters. Here's a look inside the auditorium where his casket will be surrounded by white roses. Thursday and Friday, Jackson's body will lie in state as prayers and songs will be rendered from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. Outside, crowd control barricades are set up along South Drexel from 49th Street to 51st. No parking tow zone signs are also posted. Multiple tents and a media platform is in place. Security will be tight. Spectators should expect to enter through metal detectors. Christine Harris drove 3 days from Texas just to experience the historic celebration of life.
I don't have experience with Rainbow Push, but he ran in '84, and things he said really touched my heart. And then in '88, when he ran again, I worked on the campaign in Texas and was a delegate in '88 to the county convention, and he just was so powerful, and it breaks my heart he's gone.
The civil rights icon is credited with registering millions of voters. He died at 84 years old after being diagnosed with a rare neurodegenerative disorder. Jackson leaves behind 6 children and his wife of 60 plus years, Jackie Jackson.
Formal services for Reverend Jackson will take place in South Carolina beginning Sunday through Wednesday. Then on Friday, March 6th, that's when the People Celebration will take place right here in Chicago at the House of Hope. In Kenwood, I'm Nate Rogers.
Hey, say I'm the biggest, the largest. Been stepping up since my mama say the number one, regardless.
So I grew up in a generation where the biggest threat one could articulate verbatim was,
which is the noise that she makes when we make love. And that one too. Jill Scott, yeah, I wish. He loves me and I love her back. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Miss Hill. Thank you for checking in to Bedtime Stories on Facebook. And everyone else, thank you so much for staying up with me. To all of my West Coast people, thank you for checking in. They usually check in my second hour because, it's daylight when I come on at 9 o'clock. It's only 7 o'clock there. But then they tune in my 10 and 11 o'clock hours. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Especially Mama P, who is on the West Coast. Thank you for continuing to, drop nuggets on me. Just when I need it, she'll, send something to me. I'm talking about Savina Piggy, who was the widow of Richard Earl Piggy, one of my mentors. And every now and then she'll drop something in my spirit on Facebook, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, Mama. Thank you so much. From the album Black Moses, Here's Black Moses, Isaac Lee Hayes Jr. Your love, so doggone good.
Hey Kira, do you have some Italian in you?
No.
Do you want some?
Do you want some?
What? Hey Kira, do you have some Italian in you?
No.
Do you want some?
Do you want some?
What?
I'd find myself in captivity for politics, not for crimes. But I'm sitting there for 8 years, and President Trump ultimately sent me home. But that wouldn't have happened had it not been for the help of the Reverend Jesse Jackson, who played a real significant role, working closely with my wife, calling President Trump on a couple of occasions. And the moment I was finally released after 2,896 days of incarceration, I called my wife Patty, spoke to my two daughters, Amy and Annie, and then the very next phone call was Reverend Jackson to thank him. Yeah, God bless Reverend Jackson. I'd find myself.
Mm.
Can I ask all of you to pause for a moment, to bow your heads and to close your eyes with me? Hey everybody, it's Tila Buchanan, WVON, here at Operation Push. We've been live here all day since 7 a.m., starting with...
You may not sound, but who are you guys? Miami Vice now. This is a fantastic place. Are you sure you got girls like this? Yeah, we got girls like that. And like this? Like that. Where she is hot. She's so hot. She's already born. Waiting on me. Sure would like to have one of these for myself. Most people would. Not Jerry. No kidding, so am I. That's how I got my name. I used to bring stuff in. You know, pure hybrid snowflake. Snowflake. Pure like your girl. Right. Let me see. What's happening? They threw one of your girls into a mirror. She bit me. What's up? Oh, my friend. Came to a party for babies. So what do you want from me? Juan Carlos Silva. You're crazy. Well, apparently he hasn't spared the news yet. I wonder what he's going to tell Rosella when he does. Gone fishing or something. Inside the bed in the master cabin. You made some interesting new friends, Irene. It's a matter of timing.
Bill, what Flip doesn't understand is his tonal qualities do not relate to the chromatic scale.
He says you can't sing.
I heard him. But you go back over there and tell him I got perfect pitch.
He says his voice has perfect pitch.
Yeah, like a knuckleball. Bill, what Flip doesn't understand.
If you take your hat off right now and your hairline looks like this or this, and you want it to look like this or this.
Who are your teachers? It's time for bedtime stories with Al Greer.
Hola.
An early song from the Whispers, that is, Your Love is So Doggone Good. Before that, Isaac Hayes and his version from the Black Moses album. Same song, different artist. Who did it best? Kind of like Ike's version because it's so long and I mean, it's got the strings in it and everything. I mean, the Whispers have strings in theirs, but that, that instrumentation, boy, I tell you. Your love is so doggone good. Your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. I got like 17 minutes left, so I'm going to make the best out of it. With some leftovers from Foreplay from Erica Badu.
Of your shit.
He's back. Guess everybody went to sleep.
just got better with the original Peanut Butter Brother. That's what we call him. Al Greer and Bedtime Story on WOXURadio.com.
Water. Mhm. Mhm. Let it go, let it go. Ziploc bag lady. Erica Badu and Bag Lady right here on Bedtime Stories. Just about out of here. Thank you so much. Before I go, I want to just thank everybody throughout the week for the support that you all have given me. Um, I just thank you. Thank you for your strength. It's been a rough week. I found out, of course, last week that we lost a giant, a man among men, Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr. And I'm glad I was part of history today when I got to go to his viewing. And it has just taken a lot out of me. I was not as close as I wanted to be to Reverend Jackson, but close enough that several times I got a chance to go to Rainbow Push on Drexel several times, throughout my career, working at different radio stations, seeing him in the Bud Billiken Parade, and of course down at Rainbow Push. I wish I'd gone more often, but I was, to be honest, I was just too lazy to get up on Saturday mornings after working sometimes Friday night. But Reverend Jackson, you will be definitely missed from all of us, not just in Chicago, but all over the world. Here's Tavares and Good Night, My Love on Bedtime Stories. Mhm. Chivarri's wrapping up this week of Bedtime Stories. Thank you so much. Once again, I was part of history. We said goodbye to the Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson Sr. It's not over yet. One down, three to go. Unfortunately, I won't be in South Carolina tomorrow or the weekend. But thank you so much, guys, for listening. I really appreciate it, as always. Um, Jay Hive, Henry Cooper, Javier, Miss Hill, Linda Leak, Cousin Avis, Tony Bosley, Ray Dilla, Darius Lawrence, Shake and Bake. Thank you for being on there. And of course, Kevin Brooks. Everybody, thank you so much. And thank you for the stations for taking a little bit more time to let me end my show properly. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night, Miss Hart. And that's it. Wow.